how will organizations know when it's time to let go or alter their core businesses, and how can dual transformation help them achieve all of these new initiatives that they will have to undertake?
Sure. Well, I think first companies need to understand when their core business is running out of steam, or it's beginning to start to slow down to a level of which no matter what kind of further investment you put in, there's just no longer what we would call innovation headroom, that their level of investment is not going to pay off in terms of continued growth. We call this a growth gap. So if they can look out in the future and say, we aspire to be, say, a $10 billion company, we honestly look at our core and the markets that we serve in that core, we can only get to 7 billion, and that's insufficient growth for what we're trying to achieve. We have a $3 billion growth gap. They can start to talk about, well, how do they fill that gap? They're going to have to do things beyond the core. And the question is, as they go beyond the core to new geographies, to new customers, are they going to have to change their business model along with changing to serve new customers? And that's something that has to be developed over time. But it's first looking at what are the signs, the early signs looking out 5 to 10 years, that their business is not going to be able to sustain the growth, or at least the aspirational growth that they're trying to achieve, and then look at what can they do to fill that growth by be able to go beyond the core. And that's when they'll either have to deal with adjacency moves where they can go into new places with their existing business model, or into new white space areas where they actually have to come up with new business models. Once they have that in place, then I think they can think through how do they set in place the right kind of structure and the right set of incentives to enable new business model development and other types of initiatives to take place.